When celebrity interviews go horribly wrong. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Over the years, there have been many celebrity interviews that have been extremely awkward. A lot of times, this is due to the interviewer saying something they shouldn't, but sometimes it comes down to the celebrity. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the most uncomfortable interviews of all time, starting with Jonah Hill. Jonah got his big break in 2000.
Oh, I seen that thing.
My price is very pocket friendly, don't worries.
Yeah. Did you hear that comment I said that you were hot? I'm just saying, yo. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm not worried about prices. Anyway, that thing with Jonah Hill. Yo, what was it on SNL, I think, where he like said something about his weight or something and said you look good or some shit like that, and was like, that's very surprising. And Jonah Hill was like, why is that surprising? Anyway, yeah, it might show it, I don't know.
2007 with the release of the comedy movie Superbad. From there, he starred in various other comedy movies, many of which performed very well. Despite his success, many in the industry disregarded him as just a funny fat guy due to his weight.
It looks good, but I'm trying to do this reaction here.
For logo.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks straight. I like your stuff.
Do you want logo?
It would be cool, but I don't really need it right now. Not at the moment.
And movie choices. But in the 2010s, he started taking on more dramatic roles and showed
stuff looks good though. It looks good. I ain't gonna lie. You look good too. Stuff looks good. Keep on going.
He was far more capable of an actor.
I think you need logo and banner.
He also managed to lose a ton of weight and get in the best shape of his life. But even after all that, he still had to put up with interviewers like this.
I mean, you look great. Everybody wants to know what
I have a good face.
What made you make the change?
Jonah Hill looks good, by the way. He looks good now.
I just decided one day I wanted to be healthier, and I went and saw a nutritionist, and that's what I did. Stuck to it.
But are you still considered the fat guy when you go to a party or anything? Because I run into that a whole lot. I'm the fat one. So are you the fat guy in Hollywood still, or is everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy?
I don't remember Jonah being the fat guy of Hollywood. He's not like fluffy fat, you know, and even like that's not too bad. Was he really considered the fat guy of Hollywood? Yo, that's kind of fucked up.
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
A few years after this, Jonah made the film War Dogs with Miles Teller. During the press run for the movie,
funny ass movie by the way, War Dogs. That scene where he pulls out the AK, that was hilarious.
They made an appearance on a French talk show. Here, one of the hosts began describing her sexual fantasy to Jonah and ended the story by completely embarrassing.
What if I told you you could make money playing video games? You would think it's impossible, or you need to have a huge following over on Twitch. But with Kick and the...
Is that what was said?
In the press run for the movie, they made an appearance on a French talk show. Here, one of the hosts began describing her sexual fantasy to Jonah and ended the story by completely embarrassing him.
Fantasme, en fait, ce serait qu'on se retrouve tous les deux dans
What the...
une chambre d'hôtel le soir. On discute, voilà, vous me faites rire, vous me faites beaucoup rire. Et là, d'un coup, vous ramenez vos potes DiCaprio et Brad Pitt et vous partez.
This was insanely awkward, and it was made worse by the fact that everyone was looking at him with looks of pity. He hit back at the host by saying he's glad he came to the show to get ridiculed by the local weather girl, but from the look on his face, you could tell what she said got to him. After this, Jonah cancelled almost all his remaining interviews in France. The host later apologized for the joke, saying, Jonah...
French people are mean anyways. Like, I don't hear nothing good about French people. No, I have nothing on you guys. Nothing on French people. I love everybody. But I don't hear anything good about even Australia. Australia is pretty bad for like their spiders and snakes and shit. I would never go there.
But the problem is that for 10 years, I've lived with you through your films. In fact, Jonah, I really had the impression that I knew you, so last Friday, I thought I was just messing around with a friend. But the reality is that we are
Check
not
your
friends.
Instagram.
No, the reality is that you have two...
Not right now. Look, I get what you're trying to do. But I'm trying to just stream and do a reaction, okay? We can take care of that later. We can talk later. I'm not trying to be mean, but you keep pushing it.
2 Oscar nominations, and I have 2 videos on my YouTube
You have good work, though. You have good work. Keep it up.
accounts. You have made films with Scorsese and Tarantino, and me, I have made an advert for Spontex. Big thanks to Dragon Mania Legends for sponsoring this video. Dragon Mania Legends is a free-to-play
Bro, we don't
dragon
care
simulator
about
game
Dragon
that's on
Mania
mobile.
Legends, bro.
One of the most famous stories in Hollywood of an actor turning their life around is the story of Robert Downey Jr. At one point in his life, he was heavily addicted to drugs and had hit rock.
This is the one thing I've heard bad about Robert Downey Jr. Other than that, it's all good. He's a great actor. I love Iron Man.
Bottom, but after a long and difficult battle, he managed to bounce back, and he did it in the best way possible. Not only did he beat his addiction, but he also took his career to a whole new level, becoming Iron Man in 2008 and kickstarting what has gone on to become the most successful cinematic
The first Iron Man will always be the best. Always. I don't care what anyone says.
universe of all time. After achieving all that, you'd expect people to show him the respect he deserves and leave questions about his past at the door. But in 2015, interviewer Krishnan Guru Murthy had other ideas. During a promotional interview for Avengers Age of Ultron, Krishnan began probing into RDJ's personal life.
Does that mean you're not a liberal, or that you came out of prison not being a liberal?
Are we promoting a movie? To me, the thing...
Robert answered the question as diplomatically as he could, but it was obvious he was frustrated as he kept looking over at his team. Krishnan didn't take any of the verbal or physical cues Robert was giving him, and he proceeded to ask an even more touchy question.
You've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and...
Bro's trying to talk about Age of Ultron, and Bro's getting way too personal.
Drinking and all of that. And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something...
I'm sorry,
Wait, why wouldn't he be free from that? He's fucking Iron Man, dude. Yeah, what do you think? He's free, bro. He's got millions of dollars. He's rich as shit. Probably richer than that guy. Yeah, I would say he's free. Pretty good, W. Robert Downey.
really don't... what are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Real.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Real. Unless they're paying you, straight up just walk out. That's what any logical person would do, should do. Before something happens and you get angry and do something you regret.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You seem okay. It's just getting a little dinosaur in your...
No, look, I don't want to do that.
Can't blame him. He gave as many non-verbal warnings as possible, and the man kept pushing. RDJ handled that fall like a champ. This isn't the first time Krishnan's had a disastrous interview with a celebrity. Just 2 years earlier, he interviewed the famous director Quentin Tarantino, and what happened was even more awkward. Tarantino is known for incorporating a lot of gore in his movies, and Krishnan started questioning him on the link between movie violence and real violence.
But why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune.
I
I'm not a monkey.
I can't make you answer anything. I'm asking you interesting questions.
And I'm saying I refuse.
You'd think Krishnan would have learned his lesson from this interview, but clearly not.
We're serious about bacon, so we made our bacon the best. Get a taste of Culver's new thick-cut bacon.
Chat, does that look gas? What is up with these new Chevys? Is that electric?
In 2014, Cara Delevingne landed her first lead role in a movie, playing Margot in Paper Towns. At this point in her career, she was known for modeling much more than she was for acting, so many people saw her as just a pretty face and didn't show her much respect. There was one occasion where she made an appearance on Good Day Sacramento to promote Paper Towns that she was given a really hard time. The host spent the entire interview talking down to her, with one even calling her by the wrong name.
Carla Delevingne is in the movie. She joins us live from New York City to talk about Paper Towns. Cara, good morning.
Hey.
Hi, how you doing? We're doing all right. Nice to have you here. So the movie is based on a best-selling book by John Green. You play Margot.
If I'm being honest here, I think I've only seen her in the Marvel series. That's just me though.
The star character there. Did you get a chance? The book is taught, I know, in a lot of high schools and such. Did you get a chance to read it?
Who is she again? Like what superhero? I'm pretty sure she was, right? I don't know.
Or do you even have time to sit and read? These days you're so busy.
No, I never read the book or the script, actually. I kind of winged it.
Yeah.
No, of course, I love the book. I think the book's amazing.
The interview was already off to a really bad start, but it got even worse when the third host started asking questions.
I saw you in London talking a couple weeks ago on TV, and you seemed a lot more excited about it than you do right now. Are you just exhausted?
No. I mean, I'm still very excited. The premiere was last night. It was an emotional night. It felt like the end of an era, but I'm not any less excited than I was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I had a bit more energy. It's the morning.
You do seem a bit.
W Rice Krispies, by the way, if you don't know, you do now. Not sponsored, but hit me up. One day, hey, my goal is to be sponsored by Rice Krispie Treats. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
A bit irritated. Perhaps it's
The
just
actress
us.
lady is being shitty over something she signed on for.
I think it probably is us. Well, then on that note,
We figured as much.
we'll let you go then. How about that?
She's not being shitty, guys. Hold on, wait. Is she? Nah, she's probably just tired. You know how much it takes to act? Too much. And the fact that they can do it is crazy. That's why they're paid so much. They're all rich.
It was an emotional night. It felt like the end of an era, but I'm not any less excited than I was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I had a bit more energy. It's the morning.
You do seem a bit irritated. Perhaps it's just us.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just you.
I think it probably is us. Well, then on that.
And besides, this is when celebrity interviews go horribly wrong. That's the video.
No.
We figured as much.
We'll let you go then. How about that? We'll let you go take a little nap, maybe get a Red Bull. How about that?
Red Bull sucks.
Thank you so much.
She was in a mood.
You make $5 million for 6 weeks worth of work. You can pretend to talk to Good Day Sacramento.
See, $5 million in 6 weeks. But what she was doing within that 6 weeks, they're up all night trying to perfect their act. Sometimes they're up overnight filming, which I would imagine is exhausting. That's a lot of moving, first of all, and talking.
Ain't shit compared to working HVAC in the summer. In Florida.
What is that? Can you explain what HVAC is?
Air conditioning.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that on our trailer here in Tennessee. Bro, that ain't too bad. What do you mean? You ain't up all night doing that? Unless you are, then you're crazy and slow.
It's not hot there, dog.
Have you ever been to Tennessee? It can get pretty hot in the summer, which is when we did that.
Eve been to 48 states.
That's awesome, dude.
It's not shit there.
My grandpa used to do that. He used to be a truck driver. He's been all over. But yeah, it gets pretty hot. You probably weren't here when it was hot.
With some oomph.
Calls her the wrong name, insinuates she's not in.
And I used to live in San Antonio, Texas, bro. So I know what hot is. I'm not originally from Tennessee. This is just where I'm at.
Intelligent enough to read a book. Straight up tells her she looks exhausted. Asks her why she's so irritated.
Texas
tells her sarcastically to go take a nap.
Yes. Yes, it is. But it could get pretty hot here too. Almost worse some days.
ASF.
It ain't hot right now though. It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool.
And drink a Red Bull, and continues to trash talk her once she's offline. So unprofessional. And of course Kara is irritated because—
But I've done that before, air conditioning. And you know what's funny? We don't even fucking use it.
she can sense you're belittling her. Vin Diesel is an actor who's most well known for his long-time role as Dominic Toretto in the Fast and Furious franchise. He's been in a relationship with Paloma Jimenez since 2007, and the pair have had 3 kids together. Despite the importance his character places on family throughout the Fast and Furious movies, in his personal life, Vin has run into accusations of infidelity. He can be quite flirtatious, and there's one interview he did back in 2016 which has become notorious. He was answering—
Women flirt with him though. On multiple occasions have I heard women flirting with him. But if he cheated on his wife, then that's on him. That's unfaithful. Never do that. L cheaters. Good actor though. Great actor.
Answering questions from a Brazilian reporter about his new movie, and for the first few minutes of the interview, everything seemed normal. Then, out of nowhere, while speaking about some advice Tom Hanks once gave him, he—
Saving Private Ryan was so good. One of the best.
started telling the interviewer how beautiful—
It pains me to say this, but this thing won't help you find love. It does work miracles.
Watch the—
beautiful she is.
So good you almost forget he's in it. And Tom Hardy.
The first one, and God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your—
Bro, she ain't that hot. Chill. Chill, she ain't that hot. Chill.
She's so beautiful. Conyo, man. Dr.
So is
right.
Yeah. So, bro, she ain't that hot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tell me your story. Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
Let's get out of here, he says.
She's mid at best.
She's not even mid. Don't even say that. And I don't care. She's ugly. I don't care. I don't care.
Go have lunch. My God, I love her. Look how beautiful she is.
Thank you.
God.
Am I wrong for that? No, I don't care.
Wow, man.
So, Tom Hanks?
I almost cared.
Wow, man.
The interviewer tried to get the conversation back on track, but just a couple minutes later, Vin started showering her with compliments again.
I found out that you are a nerd like me. You love Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm anything like you because I love you.
Was he married right here? I think this is why he... I don't know. Excuse me, did he get canceled for this? Was there even canceling in this time?
If he was married right here, that's so wild.
Yeah, especially married. That is wild.
Thank you, because I love it. Guys, really, look how beautiful she is. You guys think it's a joke. How am I supposed to sit over here when I'm looking at such beauty?
It's easy, Vin Diesel. Just answer any question she asks and don't flirt with her. She ain't that hot, bro. She ain't hot at all.
Come on, guys. She's so beautiful. I'm in love.
You got any subs yet?
I'm in love is crazy. And no, I haven't. But I just got it activated. Enabled. Activated. Enabled? Yeah. But no, I haven't.
With the interview.
Weird that instead of saying to her, "You're beautiful," and directly complimenting her, he keeps talking to other people in the room. Thank you for the subscription.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome.
Shit's way too loud, dog. LMAO.
I know. I did that on purpose though, cause it's funny. I like it. Thank you though. Stick around. Maybe I'll moderate you.
Beautiful, ignoring her and not allowing her to react. A strange power play, very weird interview.
I think I should mod you. I've seen you before. In the chat.
If you mod me, I'm gonna go full power trip.
Yeah.
I can't handle mod power.
Why not? Would you be bad at it? You seem funny though. How bad am I?
Ilbon om Ferkvik.
That's what it'll be for, yeah. Dude, the other day chat was wild. It showed booty and boobies and I had to delete the chat cause dude was being inappropriate.
If I don't like someone, banned.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't then. Thank you for the subs though.
The woman was getting creeped out, but she was doing her best to stay professional. It's as if Vin was on a mission to make her feel uncomfortable though, because towards the end of the interview, he got even worse.
Eu sou o Groot.
What? Is that French?
I am your #1 fan.
Yeah, right now you are actually.
There is only me.
Yeah. Facts, you are right.
It's so good.
Eu sou o Groot.
I love her. Man, she's so fucking sexy. It's not.
Why is there a picture of Groot? I'm mad confused about what's going on.
I like how text to chat emphasized only.
Yeah, I like the text to speech. It's pretty cool.
Comfortable though, because towards the end of the interview, he got even worse.
But it could get pretty bad sometimes. Some dude spammed the N-word once, and it was pretty bad.
Eu sou o Groot.
It's so good.
Eu sou o Groot.
Why are they doing Groot? And why is he holding a picture of Jack Sparrow? What is going on?
Man, she's so fucking sexy. It's not. I can't do this interview. Look at her. Does anyone say this? Guys.
Bro is too horny for this. He should not be doing this.
What's wrong? Am I the only one that's saying it? Look at her.
Yeah, you're the only one, bro.
She's so fucking beautiful. It's like you can't even do an interview with her because you're just like da 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 da. Right or wrong? I'm like,
wrong.
God, can someone save me? When did this turn into Beautiful World? When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil? When did this turn...
Bro, I've seen some pretty Brazilian girls. To say that is weird.
Turn into I love you.
Thank you so much.
Following this, the interviewer uploaded a video to her personal YouTube channel where she discussed what happened and gave her thoughts on Vin Diesel's behavior. She began by saying how awkward and unbearable he was and went on to say,
So I spent the last 10 years figuring out how to build my own online...
You're trying to interview the guy and he's just talking about you being sexy and the most beautiful girl in Brazil. Which is not true, by the way. I don't care.
He began to hit on me in the middle of the interview, saying that I was pretty, and he interrupted the interview 3 times to talk about it.
3 times? Girl, that was more than 3.
I was laughing, completely uncomfortable. I was not sure what to do. I just laughed because it was a very delicate situation. I didn't like it. At the time, I didn't know how to react, but you'll see that I was uncomfortable. It was not nice that he interrupted my work. Not only is Samuel...
Damn, she was genuinely mad about it. That's why you don't do weird shit.
Jackson a big character when he's on screen, he's also a big character off screen. He has a great sense of humor, but he's also a no BS, say it how it is kind of person. He doesn't shy away from a confrontation if a situation calls for it. And there was one interview he did in 2014.
I thought everyone liked Samuel L. Jackson. Doesn't everyone like him?
Where he gave the interviewer a piece of his mind. When discussing recent projects Jackson had been working on, the interviewer brought up a Super Bowl commercial he was in. Jackson was confused because he hadn't been in a Super Bowl commercial, and it quickly became clear the interviewer had mixed him up with another famous black actor, Lawrence Fishburne.
Working for Marvel, the Super Bowl commercial, did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? I've been my mistake.
You're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
That's my fault. I know that. That was my fault. My mistake. You know what?
We don't all look alike.
Father, you're...
Is that crazy?
We may be all black and famous.
You are guilty. I am guilty.
Next question.
I am guilty. He thought you were Bob Dylan. Right.
That's right. You're the entertainment reporter.
I know.
Bro fucked up big time.
For this station. And you don't know the difference between me and Lawrence Fishburne?
My mistake. My mistake. I apologize.
Jackson kept making him squirm for another minute after this, and when the interviewer got off the line, he acknowledged his screw-up.
That is a tape now that I believe is now going to have a life all of its own.
We'll see on YouTube.
In the reporter's defense, he's not the first person to confuse Jackson and Fish.
W Matrix. This guy. And then W. I mean, he did a lot of shit. They both did, actually. W actors.
How do they look alike
it had
at all?
Been happening for years.
I was doing an interview in New York almost 20 years ago, and a woman from Texas came up and interrupted the interview. And I don't mean to bother you, but can I have your autograph, Mr. Jackson? And so I gave her. I wrote, you know.
So this is common. People actually mistake them. How common is it?
Blah blah blah. Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
For the people I've talked about so far, an awkward
If they're talking about Ye, this could be an hour long. They could have done an hour video, but they didn't. They spared us. I'm gonna get a water. They spared us. Hasn't Kanye been in so many arguments and so many stuff like this? What's the word?
interview is something out of the ordinary, but for Kanye West, it's almost expected. Over the years, Kanye has made numerous appearances on talk shows where he said something offensive or gone off on an angry rant, so there are a lot of moments of his that could make this list. But I'd say one of, if not the most uncomfortable interview of his, was on Sway's Universe in 2013. About halfway into the conversation, they started talking about Kanye's shoe brand, Yeezy. Kanye began explaining
the new foam shoes, they look bad. I don't care. I wouldn't wear them. And everyone's complaining about how baggy his new pants are. And I wouldn't know. I haven't seen them in real life. But from the videos and stuff, they look pretty bad.
How he needs a big company like Nike to invest in it so he can make his vision a reality. But Sway suggested he build the brand by himself. This set something off in Kanye, and he went absolutely ballistic at Sway.
I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you wanna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
I like Kanye, but there are so many artists I'd rather listen to right now.
Bro really isn't lying.
And I was gonna mod you. Look, I like Kanye, but
Creative sometimes comes with crazy.
yeah.
His perspective is so abstract from that of yours or mine.
Yeah. I'm not in a fucking mansion sitting around with millions of dollars to spend. He's got a good, like, I like the way the Yeezys look. But his new shit is just not it. That's all I'm gonna say.
In it so he can make his vision a reality. But Sway suggested he build.
And I like his music too. Like when I was a kid playing Saints Row and the song Power came on, I used to, that was a hit. That was a hit. Yeah, he's got so many good songs, but there are so many artists right now in this moment that I would rather listen to.
Build the brand by himself. This set something off in Kanye, and he went absolutely ballistic at Sway.
I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you wanna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
Right now, he's getting out of his moment. So many people are complaining about his new stuff. So is that now?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
So is that now? Is it happening now, right now, as I speak?
Thio's interview is old.
Yeah. Everyone's seen it. The Google meme was so funny. Google. But this video is new, so I'm watching it.
Man, you ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
His music
you ain't
is
got
fire.
the answers.
I'm asking you.
Clothes are fire.
Clothes are not fire. Shoes are fire. Clothes are not fire.
You ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been
Everything
doing the
was
education.
$20. I mean,
You
worth
don't
the
have
money.
the answers though,
Calm down.
because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't.
That is true as fuck. Yo. Even YouTuber merch is like $70, $80 a sweater or a pant or a shorts for $65 from YouTubers is insane. So I would agree with that, yeah. $20. Anyone could get that.
You You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
Get for the money, get his abstract design clothes.
I'm asking
What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
We don't know. I wouldn't do this. I'm sorry. Shoes are fire though. I might cop a pair of Yeezys. Who knows?
No.
This was pretty savage from Kanye because Sway was only trying to help. From that day, the whole Sway not having the answers thing
actually
became an internet meme.
I've heard the foam runners or whatever.
I have 2 pairs of the Yeezys. Good shoes.
Those foam runners though. Is that what they're called? I heard they're pretty comfortable. Yeah. Yeezys foam runner. Damn. I might have to cop a pair of these. Just cuz. So many websites though, yo. Where are the real ones?
But the irony is, he was actually right. Well, kind of. Kanye is now selling his shoes direct to consumer since his partnership with Adidas recently ended, and he went on the record addressing that old interview with Sway.
So Sway, almost 10 years ago, said, man, why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
You know what? I will go ahead and say Sway had the answer.
He admitted he was wrong. But it takes a good man to do that. Respect.
Over the years, Tom Cruise has done some interviews that are pretty difficult to watch.
Oh my god, Tom Cruise.
Once, he made headlines after jumping on the sofa during an appearance on Oprah Winfrey's chat show to declare his love for then
Cocktail was good though, if you remember that.
Girlfriend Katie Holmes. And that same year, he argued with Matt Lauer about the
and him and Austin Powers was fucking hilarious.
Practice of psychiatry, calling it a pseudoscience. Then there are the many videos of him pushing Scientology, which is the highly controversial religion he belongs to. But his most awkward interview happened in 2005 with Peter Overton, when he was asked about his relationship with Nicole Kidman. Tom and Nicole had divorced 4 years prior, and Peter started prying into
What? Yo, what are these ads?
Don't settle for second best.
What are they trying to do?
To their relationship.
Trying to find me in a crowded place.
Oh, okay. Romina.
That's it? I would never hear you.
The thing is, I actually didn't want to find you. I was actually hoping to stay alone.
Such a jerk.
After the interview, Romina wrote a blog post where she spoke about her experience, saying she felt humiliated by Jesse. Apparently, after they wrapped up, she went,
It wasn't that humiliating. He was just making jokes.
Went behind a curtain to wait for the memory cards from the interview. She peeked around it to ask Jesse about his neighborhood in New York because he lives a few blocks away from where she used to, and he immediately said, "You're still here?" Clearly the incident really bothered Romina, but Jesse saw the whole thing differently. He said it was the most funny and interesting interview he'd had all day, so he was shocked when news networks began reaching out asking for a statement. He said, "Listen, I would never want to upset somebody, and if I did upset her, obviously I would have acknowledged that." Apparently,
you see? He was just trying to be funny.
He reached out to Romina to apologize, but he was unable to get in contact with her.
What's up with this? We all know Rob whatever Schneider fucking sucks. He did horrible things. That was an alright video, I guess. How'd y'all feel about it? I don't know. Damn! It's been almost an hour already? That was one video! What the? That was 20 minutes long! How did that stretch that long? How? Anyway, Oompa TV. I like Oompaville. He's fucking hilarious. So let's get into it. It's about Jack Doherty. He finally got banned. Let's get into it.
Sell to millions of people.
I knew it. I knew an ad would come up.
Sell your products directly.
I can't even scream in my own videos anymore.
What's your opinion on Jack Doherty? I won't say anything because I don't want to get into anything.
It is the 22nd of February. No, it's not.
But he probably shouldn't be as famous as he is.
I lied. This fucking dweeb Jack Doherty got banned off a Kick, which is awesome. You know what he got banned for? For doxing someone. How do you even get banned for?
Yeah, I seen this the other day, and it wasn't even his fault, really. His cameraman kept recording the woman who showed somebody else's phone number, which was kind of dumb for a cameraman to do, considering the fact that the cameraman should have been following him the whole time.
Someone isn't doxing legal? I really don't know. It's alleged. This is allegedly, probably most likely the clip that got him banned, though. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, we'll get some right now. No.
Little sneak peek of his,
Let me move this over here. Oompa, what were you saying? A sneak peek of his what?
Of his, what is it called? Fan.
His only fan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh wow, live streaming this person's phone. That's not good. Why are you showing that?
See? Bro completely walked away. And then you got this girl over here. Oh, look at his number. Was it really his fault? I'm not defending Jack, but was it really his fault?
So they showed someone's phone number? I'm just finding out about this now, guys. I was a huge fan of Jack, and I'm finding out now that he might not be that good of a guy.
What? Little Pro, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Pro? Yeah.
Oh!
What?
She showed it like that.
Cause what? Showed what? Oh my.
See, he didn't even know. He's like, what? She showed what?
Fuck, dude, no.
This fella Sam Bond also leaked the exact same thing on his stream, but wasn't banned, and then eventually did get banned, but he got banned for something different. He got banned for actual content. Or content, there was a clip of my dick where they baited it, where a dick came up in the middle of it. Ah, crap. I hate getting baited where dicks come up. That's never happened to me on a live stream on YouTube ever, not one time ever.
Wait, what? Pause, I'm gonna have to rewind this. What? Where they baited it, where? Oh, baited. I thought he said like he was faded. And then a dick came up.
Middle of it. Ah, crap. I hate getting baited where dicks come up. That's never happened to me on a live stream on YouTube ever, not one time.
Why are there cocks on his phone anyway? What is going on?
Time ever, not especially there's a clip of an old guy jumping off like a bridge thing, and he hits the water and his dick comes out. I've never seen anything like that, and accidentally posted it on my YouTube channel live for 15,000 people to see. I never did that.
Holy fuck. What is he doing? I've never seen this.
Right, Frankie? Right? That's right. No. You're in the throne. You don't need to freak out now. You're up. Good girl. We up. We up, Frankie. So I'm not sure what the fuck this guy got.
Those look like good dogs. And he just got him too. I like those dogs.
Banned, but he's a kick streamer. I don't really know if he's a good kick streamer. He's got a pretty awesome haircut, I think. He's followed by Action Man and Sneeko, so he must be a good dude. He snitched on him though. Jack Doherty, the greatest man in streaming, snitched on him. The biggest man in streaming with the biggest personality and the most riz, I think. The most trafficking riz. By the way, a little side update. Jack's also getting on fights on planes now. Check this shit out.
Guys, some guy tried to press me on the plane and try to fight me. And look, now the cops are here for him. Whew.
He's flying coach, by the way.
Sounds like a no-fly list to me, huh?
I got pests in the pain and netted up a heel. I'm 7.
Is that Jack Doherty flying Spirit? Bro, I didn't realize you were that bro.
Why does it matter? He does have millions of dollars though. But just getting from point A to point B is his business. Again, I'm not defending him. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. He's nowhere wrong in this situation. Come on now.
That's in the face, and you get no clip. Holy fuck. You got right up on now, you're quiet as fuck. You're quiet as fuck. You're a bitch.
Who the fuck are these people?
Come out. Come out. Fuck you now. Look at yourself.
I thought that was Ryan Trahan. I thought that guy was Ryan Trahan for a second.
Don't do Ryan Trahan like that.
Yeah, usually the richest people at work have the oldest cars.
Because they're smart. They buy vehicles that are affordable so they can make more money. I would do it. But my dream car is a BMW, so yet again, I don't know. I feel like I'm not. But don't do Ryan Trahan like that. He's hilarious. His Penny series was good. His rating hotel videos are good.
Not being that affected anymore by the happy juice.
Who the fuck are these people? Where do these people come from, man? It makes me, every time I...
Yeah, he just lets random people at his parties and go to his house. I think that's where he goes wrong. Because you shouldn't do that. Especially if you don't like somebody. Why are they at your house?
See this, I feel like a cave dweller. Seriously.
Not even house. Mansion. Why are they at your mansion? Should I say mansion? It's pretty huge. Pause.
I go out in the woods and I've got my spear and my little hole that I dig and I build fires in it, and I sit over it and I feel my body getting hairier as the time goes by, and that's all I think about. I just feel hungry. And I've got my spear and I'm sitting there and my dogs are beside me, and I look into the fire and it looks back sometimes. And then I see stuff like this and I'm like, whoa! There really is a lot more to life than being a fucking inside face.
Please don't attack the whole Kick community for what one person is doing. Not even one person. It's a lot of people. 5 at most. Maybe more than that. But then there's streamers like me here on the platform who just want to entertain and make people laugh and maybe have a laugh and play games and do simple reactions. And then I see shit like this. We're not all dumb. I wouldn't do any of this.
I'm not 100.
I don't even have friends. I don't let people in my house.
On how Sam Bond was banned, but Jack did tweet bragging, "Extremo Sam Bond has been banned for doxing." Hey Sam Bond, your account has been temporarily suspended due to breach of terms of service. Reason doxing. And he says smoking on that irrelevant fuck pack, because I believe he was talking shit about Jack Doherty on Kick, which is a fair thing to do. But Sam Bond reports said that he was false banned because Jack Doherty mass reported him and got him banned about the doxing thing, which is, I don't understand how Kick would ever see that as reasonable. I do.
What was that? Pause. And I really like him, Pavel. This is sad.
I do like witnessing this awesome fall off though. Flying coach and stuff.
Pause. Jack, what am I watching?
He's flying
Was that Sean Kingston?
economy, just like a normal person. Haha, what a loser. Isn't that crazy that that's like an insult to people like Jack? Haha, you're flying economy. What a fucking dweebenheimer.
We were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Yet another case of mass fucking confusion in regard to Kick and Jack Doherty. Why was he banned? I have no idea. Do I care? No, but I hope he gets banned for a really long amount of time permanently from YouTube and Kick. I can't believe he's allowed on YouTube still. Seriously. Like, there are a lot of channels who nobody should be banned, really, freedom of speech, all that stuff. This isn't like being a piece of shit and like getting people in fights and in this weird OnlyFan pimp thing, lover boy manipulation thing. This is not really freedom of speech. I feel like this is something. Why is he still on the platform, dude? Where's Dr. Phil at? We need Dr. Phil back. We need Dr. Phil to take him to the fucking ranch again.
More creative and...
I think they're so creative. No one's ever done those types of stuff.
No one's ever done those types of stuff.
He was fat right here. I'm not fat shaming, I'm just saying.
Toyota, I choose. I wouldn't crawl up there. Why?
Send her to the ranch.
And the best part about it all is that Sam Bond got a 1 month for his ban, whatever it is. Jack Doherty gets 24-hour bans. And Neon got a few-day ban for threatening a child.
All I need is your first name and you're done. I don't care. I'm an internet warrior.
What? It truly is the last ban.
Why was he arguing like that with a child? Kid's in like 6th grade. Let him chill.
Passion for good.
Actually, that kid, isn't he the one who stole the French fries from that one woman and got banned for it?
Crime content for good, watching people commit crimes and get away with it, and like they're sort of, emphasizing that sort of vibe on their platform, the Crimenheimer platform. You want to go committing crimes? Go on to Kick. They love in Crimenheimers.
I promise I'm not committing crimes. I promise. Good video though. I still liked it even though he started bashing Kick. I still liked it. What else should we get into? Those are gonna be some alright videos. Some alright stuff. Throw them in jail. Alright, let's get into this. By penguins. Throw them in jail by penguins. Also known as Moist Critical. Also known as Charlie. He's so hot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Receiving into that? Well,
there's few things on this planet that make me more mad than drunk drivers. I've said that a lot in the past, so that shouldn't come as some kind of shocking
I don't like alcohol in general.
Revelation, but what is shocking is the clip that I saw today from 2 degenerate Kick streamers who proudly
It's always Kick streamers. It's always the Kick streamers. Why? Why do they make us look bad?
Cast themselves drinking and driving while speeding on the interstate and acting like they're playing Need for Speed Underground 2, literally putting every innocent person's life at risk on that road. Their content was commit a crime and see if you get to witness them die in the act. and go straight to hell, and also most likely take others to the grave with them. It is so fucking incomprehensibly evil.
Bro. Yeah, this is awful. And they're going pretty fast. Like, they're not even casually driving. This is pretty fast. Oh my goodness. What the... Okay.
Goofy sex offender Stash here takes a huge swig from the Smirnoff while driving recklessly. So, Inbred Speed Racer is broadcasting all this on Kick, which is very successful for this type of content because the audience loves to see people gamble with their lives.
And I just want to chill, do reactions, and play video games. That's it. I'm only here because of the 95%. Oh my god, they make us look so bad. I don't want to do content like that ever. And I wouldn't pull a Jack Doherty. I wouldn't let random people into my house. They just make us look awful. I hate that about this platform. But I love this platform so much and I want to see it grow. I just want to see it grow. I want to see it do better than Twitch, as a matter of fact. But we can't get there if there are people doing stuff like this. We just can't. It's not gonna happen anytime soon.
I have no doubt his viewers were on the edge of their seat, biting at their nails, wondering, are they about to witness two stupid assholes get themselves killed? And you can see in the chat that they are celebrating. They are pumping their fists. This is the best content ever, because they might get to watch these dumb fucking douchebags die. Yeehaw. What a fucking disgusting situation. Now, I suppose there is a chance that the Smirnoff has been replaced with water. Doesn't change the reckless driving. That's not smoke and mirrors or CGI or anything. They're not exactly on the set where The Mandalorian was filmed or anything. So that's still 100% authentic, but I guess it is possible that they're not.
Yeah, either way, drunk or not, that is reckless driving. So it's pretty awful.
Drinking and driving, but I find that very unlikely. But let's just go ahead and suspend disbelief. Let's assume they're faking drunk driving. They're so pathetic. What an absolute vermin. So desperate for clout from Kick, of all places. That's like being the class president of the loony bin, that you'll pretend to.
This is what I'm talking about. I just want to do reactions and play video games. I promise.
Be committing a crime for their entertainment. They are there to just watch you ruin your life, and you're proudly dancing for them, you absolute clowns. But the worst part about this is they're not just ruining their lives, they could have potentially ended the lives of completely innocent people around them. That is just evil, no matter how you spin this. 100% I think this is real. I don't think they replaced the Smirnoff with water. I am confident that these degenerates were actually drinking and driving while doing this.
What did he say? Did I just hear the N-word? I did. I wasn't tripping. Yeah, ban them immediately. Never let them on the platform ever again. Why are they streaming? Get them off the internet. And he's just showing the bottle while going fast as shit. That was horribly close to that red truck there. Horribly close. It gets worse! Holy shit, it gets worse.
just throws the bottle of Smirnoff out the window there for some reason. It's like a child with a sugar rush. Just has so much.
Yeah, if that was water, I'm sure that was water. Because who the fuck would do that?
Energy, so much adrenaline.
I mean, I don't like alcohol. I have horrible experiences. But that's just, I don't think anyone who actually is drunk would want to just throw more than half of their bottle out. Right? Am I tripping right there? Nah. They wouldn't want to do that. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't like alcohol. I don't even smoke. I'm 100% clean. I could do a test right now if I had one.
Going on right now that he needs to break something, so he fucking throws the bottle of Smirnoff out the window. What losers? What absolute losers? They really think that this is hard. They think that this is cool somehow. The guy driving isn't doing anything impressive. He's driving on an interstate changing lanes. It's just dangerous. It's not impressive. Anyone can do that if they have a disregard for their lives and the safety of everyone around them as well.
Facts.
It's not like a very incredible maneuver that we're witnessing. A fucking master of his craft. You know, this isn't something you'd see in Fast and Furious and just be like wide-eyed and blown away by the talent. And then his stupid fucking friend here feeding him alcohol while he himself is also drinking and then throwing it out the window like it's a grenade. Like, this is the lamest shit ever. And they really are so proud of it. Risking your life for 125 viewers and 6 chatters. Nice. Imagine just throwing everything away, committing crimes for 125 viewers that are all there just to see if you're gonna die.
I wouldn't even shake my ass for 125 years. Pause. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
I or not. What a miserable existence that must be.
Not saying I wouldn't do it. Wait, not saying I would. What the fuck? Never mind, just don't listen.
They need to be thrown in jail. 100%. Lock them the fuck up. I think the evidence.
But yeah, I agree with that. They need locked up. They need off the platform, off the internet for good.
Here is irrefutable. We've got them documenting their own crimes in 4K. Well, it's definitely not 4K. Documenting their own crimes in crisp 480p kick stream here. It should be a slam dunk case for whoever wants to pursue that. For their safety and the safety of everyone around them, they need to be in jail. 100%. Because they'll probably keep doing this. I imagine this won't be their last drunk driving stream. This is probably just the beginning. They'll probably try and make this their whole brand right now, because I have no doubt they view it as a very successful stream. I think the only thing we can pray for here is that when they inevitably do crash, they don't hurt anyone else around them. Or hopefully they get arrested before that happens. Who knows? But anyway, wanted to talk about this a little bit because it had me fuming. It had my blood boiling. I have absolutely no tolerance for drunk drivers whatsoever. There's no excuse for it, and the fact that you're so proud of it to be streaming the entire thing is crazy to me and just foul. It's fucked up. That's about it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Charlie. It's fucked up. Nobody should be doing that. If you do that, stop yourself immediately. We don't need that. We don't need that. Now here's another one that he... Okay, this was 5 days ago. I'm late on this one, but I still want to get into it. Also, there's another one here from 4 days ago. We got 2 more Penguins videos that we're going to get into. Let's get into this one. Greed ruined these YouTubers. Alright, let's get into it.
The future is...
Of course, an ad. that I can't even skip. What? Another one.
Yesterday, a beloved YouTube group made an announcement, and it did not go over well. They ended up getting dunked on more than a Fisher-Price basketball hoop. It is the YouTube channel Watcher, as they announced their subscription-based paywalled content strategy going forward. It is really interesting. So, for those that don't know, this is a very popular YouTube group called Watcher.
I've never heard of it.
They make very well produced content. I was unfamiliar with this channel until today with this news, but I was familiar with their work previous.
I need an editor. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like I can do good content if I had an editor. Better. I have like 120. Here, let me see. Here, I got like, I think it's 126. Oh, 167. My fault. See, I knew it was something with 106. I have 167 videos. And I only have 49 subscribers. But I have 39.5 thousand total views, but I feel like I should have more. I don't make bad content, but it would be better with an editor. If anybody knows anybody, please let me know.
Like before they were Watcher, but they've been crushing it. Clearly, almost 3 million subs, every video getting like 1 million views pretty much. It's all very high quality content. So then today, they posted this video, Goodbye YouTube. And it's like a really heartfelt video about what YouTube means to them, and it's very dramatic. You know, it's saying things like, if this is my last time on YouTube, what a fucking ride it's been. It's like the end to a 1990s action movie. YouTube, you son of a bitch, we had a good ride. That kind of thing, as they sail off into the sunset. But what they're actually doing is they're moving to their own subscription-based website. So the strategy is they're going to be releasing a couple of episodes still on YouTube, but the rest of that season will be exclusively behind paywalled.
This is getting normalized though, right? Like more people are trying to get subs and people to pay them for their videos. Which, I mean, they're already getting millions of views on their YouTube channel. So, like, what more could you ask for? How much richer do you want to be? I guess that's the whole point of this content creation stuff. I guess. But I'm not here for the money. I'm really appreciative for it. But I'm not even getting paid yet. And this is all I do. And I love doing it. And I will never stop doing it until I make it.
Content at watchertv.com. The video is getting...
And by make it, I mean... like, I want to have at least 10k viewers per stream. If I can make that happen in the future, that's literally all I would need. That's all I would ask for. I would be hella grateful for that. And I'm grateful for whoever's watching. I'm grateful for just one viewer, man. 2 viewers, maybe. I'm glad people stick around. It's because some people have 0.
Absolutely bombarded with dislikes, and a lot of people have soured their impression of this group, regardless of what they decide to do going forward, even if they do backtrack this decision. It's a maneuver that just did not land. They went for a kickflip and ended up breaking both their ankles on this bad boy here, and it's pretty simple to understand why. It's the whole concept of the content you were getting for free is now no longer going to be free. That just always leaves the taste of shit in people's mouths. It's the worst flavor. No one likes a poop pop. So, understandably, a lot
I personally never had a poop pop.
A lot of people were voicing their concerns and their disappointment with this. Honestly, Watcher probably would have found more success if they made an announcement stating that one of the members had hit a deer on their way into work and they had no remorse or something. Like, this hasn't been really a home run for them here. They said they made the service $5.99 because everyone and anyone can afford it. When did they see that? Well, I must have missed that statement. Was it in this video somewhere and I just am forgetting it? Because that is a crazy thing to say.
First. Steven, talk about money. Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
That's very out of touch. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know how that flew under my radar. That is extraordinarily out of touch. That face right there says it all. Yep, that one just got ripped. Fuck it, we'll do it live, I guess. That's going in the final cut. Are we sure? Eek. Let me lay down the reality.
So they're going to be streaming it. Don't people like streamers more because it's live and it's happening like right now at this moment, and that's what they want to see instead of an edited video where there's cuts every 20 seconds? Isn't that why people watch live streamers? That's why I do. But yet again, I do the live streaming as well. So sometimes I don't have time to watch them. So sometimes I have to resort to their YouTube. And I understand it. It would make more sense if they're streaming it. If they're going to be streaming it.
Here, $6 isn't nothing. Especially not in the current climate of things where everyone and their grandmother is making a subscription service for every single fucking thing on the planet. We're in the gold rush right now where every company is turning their content into a subscription-based monthly payment to access it. And I mean everything. If you want like a bag of beans delivered to you, you probably have to subscribe to the bag of bean delivery stork service for $5.99 a month. So this is yet another subscription charge they're trying to peddle here for previously free YouTube videos. That's just not worth it for the majority of people and just adds another...
Want to know how I took my business to the next level? It's simple.
Honestly,
it's Shopify.
I just want to watch Charlie
run your business and
headache, an unnecessary subscription charge that I can't imagine many people being enthusiastic about paying for. Now, to be clear, they're not like removing their YouTube content that's already up. It's just going forward, they're only going to be releasing like the premiere of a season on their channel, and then the rest of that season is paywalled. Now, personally, I think it is a horrible idea. Going through their channel, their videos are long-form content for the most part, like 30 minutes plus, and I imagine with their history working at BuzzFeed for BuzzFeed Unsolved, they've learned how to optimize mid-roll ads, so they're probably pulling in a very high RPM on those videos. I have to imagine that is already covering the cost of production, but on top of that, and I didn't know this until stream last night, they also have a very successful Patreon with over 12,000 members and 3 different monthly payment tiers. And just for the cherry on top of this money cake, Mr. Krabs style, they have a ton of merch, obviously, but the biggest thing is they do a ton of brand.
Ooh, I would do more merch, but I wouldn't do what all these other YouTubers are doing. Fucking $70 to $80 hoodies, $65 shorts. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. My merch would be like 20 to 25 bucks max. 30 bucks maybe max. But 60 to 70 to $80 hoodies, $60 shorts? Shorts. Are you fucking kidding me? No, that is crazy.
and deals. From what I can see, they run a lot of ads in their content. And many of you might not remember this, I actually own a company that specializes in putting brands with YouTubers and running ads for major YouTube channels. It's called Mana Talent Group. And I started that back in 2018, so I know what these deals look like. So I'm going to break the magician's code here and give you a little spitball estimate on what I think they're making per ad. With a channel of their size and their views and this style of content, I would wager a guess that each brand that appears in their content is paying between $15,000 and $35,000 a piece to be there. Now, I know it's kind of a wide ballpark. It's just hard for me to guesstimate from the sidelines what their deals might look like, because longer term partnerships usually have discounts per slot because they've done a long-term deal, whereas like one-offs or short-term partners.
And that's pretty good, especially if they don't have to spend money on the video. That's really good. So they don't even have to do this whole subscription thing. They just want more money. It's all about money.
Are paying more for like the couple of ads they're there for, but I'm confident that none of their brand partners are paying less than $15,000 to be on their content, and I'm pretty confident that it's probably going up to about $35,000 for their more one-offs or short-term deals. So they're already making tons of money through their content. You were right. They just don't really advertise it. So they already have this, and now they have Watcher TV, which is another subscription service, which I imagine is going to run congruent.
Damn, dude. $25 a month? I've never even heard of them.
Or if you pay $5 here, do you also get Watcher TV access? I don't know. Is it somewhere in the perks? That is a lot of doubloons they are pulling in right now. They got 12,000 members on that Patreon, and some of those tiers, that's a lot of bones. You're not really in a financially struggling situation with this channel.
12,000. And the cheapest one is a $5 subscription. Let's see. That alone, with just the if they all paid the $5 subscription, 12,000 subscribers, that is already $60K. That is $60,000 already, and that's not even including the $25 one, which some people are probably doing. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Channel. I'm just going to lay down the brass tacks here. I saw a few people defending them, saying like, no, they have 25 employees, they need to get their bread because it's very expensive. I'm going to peel back the curtain here real quick. I have more than 25 employees, considering I also have an esports organization, which has a lot of players on it. And I'm going to tell you, since they're professional gamers, their salary is going to be significantly higher than their employees' cost. And I'm able to finance all of that completely fine through streaming, and my streaming numbers are nowhere near as lucrative as their Patreon numbers. It's not even close. Theirs blows me out of the water, and I'm not exactly struggling with all of those employees for our esports org. To really drive this point home, one of our star players was $10,000 a month. One. And we have well north of 25 in total. And I was still able to do all of that through a fraction of their numbers here with what they're making on Patreon, and I have like a fourth of their.
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Don't spend another dime.
Am I ever gonna get like that? All I'm gonna say is I hope it doesn't change me, which most likely it won't. I don't let anything change me, really.
Hey, doing this?
No.
160 million.
RPM. My RPM on YouTube is about 3, and I'm confident that the Watcher channel is probably seeing north of 8 to 9 RPM on their videos, and still, I wasn't exactly struggling to cover all of these employees' cost. So I don't think that this subscription paywall service is necessary for them to stay afloat, especially not since they have this Patreon and they have such a successful YouTube channel already. Now, this isn't exclusive to just Watcher. There's been a lot of channels that have done similar things, and some of them have seen different degrees of success. I was researching it at the end of stream last night. However, all of the examples I can find of YouTube groups making their own third-party platforms where you can subscribe for exclusive content, that's a little different because they're not taking what was already free from that channel and putting it behind a paywall. They're adding like behind the scenes stuff, brand new shows, things like that, exclusive to that subscription tier on that third party website. And for a couple of them, I saw that their third party website was free with ads, and you had the option of subscribing for a monthly fee, whereas Watcher TV is only the $6 a month subscription fee, or the $60 a year. And it's weird because Watcher is already doing what those other channels do on their third party platform on their Patreon. They're already offering like the exclusive stuff there for the monthly charges, and now they're adding
Charlie is a beautiful man. Okay. Hear me out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. This is a joke.
another separate monthly charge for the content that people were used to getting for free on YouTube. So it's really just such a fucking mess. Now, of course, there's no telling if this is going to be a successful venture for them. It certainly doesn't look like it based on the reception here and all the tomatoes that are getting tossed at them. But with an audience of their size, they don't need a large portion of them to sign up at $5.99 a month to make it viable. They don't need a large number of conversion here, and I think they know that. But I really think that they're going to be surprised with how little will likely sign up here, because it is expensive. That's not nothing. They framed it like $6 a month is affordable to everyone. What? We all have $6 lying around. You guys don't have phones? Oh, you got $6. Like, they make it sound like it's basically nothing when it's not. That's a lot, especially on top of every other subscription that people have in their daily lives. But I just really think it's a pretty dumb idea. This is going to completely kill their growth as a brand. It's going to be a very hard sell to people that don't know the Watcher why they should be willing to pay $5.99 a month to watch YouTube videos. Like, that's just not an easy thing to sell to people. It only come from a very loyal fan base that's already hooked on their content in this audience they built on YouTube, which they're now abandoning. So they're not really going to be bringing in new people, I don't think. Even with dropping like the premiere video on their channel, I think that's just going to frustrate people more. Like, oh, I really want to watch the rest of this. Oh, but I have to pay $6.99 for it, and I only get this? Like, that's not worth. It just, to me, doesn't seem like it's going to be a good long...
Yeah, do you think they're going to lose viewers? Or gain more rich ones? What's the idea here? What is the plan?
Term plan, but I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe people are like elated and can't wait to pay for more streaming services. I think that blows ass. I'm so tired of streaming services popping up all over the place like a fucking plague. It's like Hydra, cut off one head and two more streaming services take its place. And now we're seeing it for YouTubers. Like, that's not exciting. Point blank, I just do not like it. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like it, Sam I Am. Watcher TV, what a sham.
W rhymes.
I understand why some other YouTube channels have third-party places where they can pay for more content, but they're paying for more content on top of what they're already getting on YouTube. So, like, I know Ross Creations has one, which apparently people really like the way he does it. I know Sidemen have Sidemen Plus, and it seems like people like that as well. And
Sidemen Plus? I've never heard of any of this. What?
from what I can tell, that's just giving you, like, the very loyal, like, ferocious fans more of what you already like. So you're getting, like, behind-the-scenes stuff, you're getting exclusive content that is totally separate from the content that they're already getting on the primary platform. Whereas with Watcher, that's not the case. You're losing what you're used to, and that's it. You now have to access it through $6 a month to get that same content. It just doesn't feel good. Especially because they already have a Patreon. Like, they were already doing the standard, which people don't mind, and I don't think there's anything wrong with, where you know, your audience pays the Patreon monthly fee or whatever, and they just get more content from you guys, the behind the scenes, the podcast, the special edition stuff, the sneak peeks, whatever. Like, that makes sense. Like, that's value there, and they keep getting the content that they're used to, that you've been providing to them for free, that made them a fan in the first place on YouTube. I don't know, it just feels like a real slap in the face, and I totally understand why people are upset about it. I don't like it either. And I hope this isn't the direction a lot of YouTubers decide to go down in the future. I don't really know why they thought this would go over well. To me, it really seems like some kind of corpo suit came in there, like a devil on their shoulder, whispering in their ear that this is the way of the future. This is the way to do things, making subscription-based third-party services outside of YouTube. Grow your presence on YouTube and then abandon it. Try and take all of them to your third-party site where you can really milk them dry for more money. It sucks. Like, that's just not healthy at all. There's nothing good about that direction. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk.
Yeah, it kind of just made them look like they were money thirsty, money hungry.
Talk about this a little bit. That's really it.
Which a lot of people are nowadays. But that's life, you know. That's life. Let's see what we can get into next. Oompaville. Another Oompaville video. This should be a banger. It says Logan Paul was right. Oompaville, let's get into it.
Deadlines are looming and you're still paper doc.
Well, welcome to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not Prime is killing you. As much as I want it to...
Yeah, that fried chicken Prime that they sent to everybody, to all the content creators, it literally says on the bottle that it is not for consumption, like to not consume it. I thought that was wild.
Be true. I'm going to try to unbiased, take a look, unbiased, middle of the road.
Yo, what's the background?
Scientifically accurate, looking at whether or not Prime Energy is killing you. Whether or not it's flooding you with dangerous chemicals. Logan Paul has a delicious, succulent drink called Prime. Have you heard of it? Comes in multiple different forms.
I actually don't like it. I prefer Gatorade.
Stick packs, little plastic containers full of colored liquid. Also, metal containers full of colored liquid that instead of rehydrating you, they give you energy and stuff. But the drink is incredibly controversial, as Logan Paul is himself. He's had a long track record, a long list, if you will, a rap sheet a mile long of just stupid shit that he's done. Stupid, dumb, idiotic, dumb shit.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure. Allegedly. Prime, though, always in the headlines. Aside from Logan Paul, it's always in the headlines. Prime, it's been criticized for containing too much caffeine. It's like illegal or some shit in Canada, I think.
U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate Prime, which he believes is aimed at kids and contains caffeine amounts equivalent to about 6 cans of Coke or 2 Red Bulls.
It's also been criticized for not actually being...
And I don't even like soda. At all.
Hydrating, which is very laughable.
Logan Paul, 10 milligrams sodium. When looking at a proper evidence-based sports rehydration supplement, you're looking at 252 milligrams of sodium. That's 25 times more sodium than Prime. That is the most important ingredient in this, is losing salt.
And honestly, expected, and almost every other product on the market should be held to the exact same standard, because marketing is full of lies. Lies and fakery and just, how do I do this in a way that prevents me from getting sued? How do I lie blatantly to thousands of customers without getting sued and still fall within the FDA's guidelines, which you're allowed to lie a lot. You're allowed to just do f***ed up shit in America. It's awesome. Now, Prime is facing its latest controversy, and it's been spilling into my life, which I don't like it when it spills into my life. Over the last couple days, I've been scrolling through TikTok occasionally or scrolling through another app that I use, such as LinkedIn, and I've seen people going, did you know Prime has 3 times the amount of PSOs as you're supposed to consume in your lifetime? These are forever chemicals. You're going to die because of the Prime. Great Prime, kill you.
Never thought that Logan Paul and Forever Chemicals would be in the same sentence, but there's actually a class action lawsuit against Prime Energy and Prime Hydration.
And I was like, well, that can't be f***ing true, because that shit would have a knob of plastic in it. You could see a little chunk in it if that was true. So today, we're going to be getting to the bottom of this. I am someone who is speaking from experience. I have my own food manufacturing company. It's called Sour Boys. Go to sour.gg and buy some sour licorice. We make it ourselves, and I'm very familiar with the FDA. We, undergo compliance, all this shit. Running one of these businesses is f***ing hard. We don't white label. We don't co-manufacture. We might soon. We might have an extra product, maybe just potentially, because we sell out so quickly and we can only make a little bit. But this truly is the weeds. The level of compliance you have to go through and the amount of stuff you have to understand and departments you have to have handled by people who understand even more shit. It's very complicated, and it is a web, and obviously some goober on TikTok is not gonna know what the f he's talking about when he's...
Wake up, webmaster. You're online with Hostinger, and you're in command.
Into our...
What is this ad?
Control over your website.
When he's reading a lawsuit. So let's get into it.
One of the allegations is that Prime Hydration has PFAS and PFOs, forever chemicals, in them.
Prime is now facing its latest controversy, and it is a legal hurdle in the form of a class action lawsuit that is alleging that Prime can kill you and is misleading and is bad and stuff.
One of the allegations is that Prime Hydration has PFAS and PFOs, forever chemicals, in them.
It's a negative claim, to be honest. It's a negative claim. A class action lawsuit was filed back in August of 2023. It's 38 pages long, and it was filed on behalf of the lead plaintiff, Elizabeth Castillo. It was filed by a firm that specializes in class action lawsuits. That doesn't matter, though. Not sure why I'm telling you. What they are claiming, which is important, is that the grape Prime Hydration flavor contains chemicals that can accumulate in the body. They're called forever chemicals, colloquially, by the layman. These things never break down, they never oxidize, they never metabolize, and the amounts in which you're consuming them in Prime Hydration, grape flavor specifically, is incredibly dangerous and misleading, okay? I like how the picture for the lawsuit is just a guy sucking on some kind of grape-flavored, just non-distinct drink. PFAS, forever chemicals. I hate lawsuits, by the way. Legal stuff makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. And by the way, this whole thing makes me very sad, and I'll tell you why at the end, because it's not good. That's a crazy thing to sue a company over, a class action lawsuit. These type of things happen all the time in food industry. Everyone's always Mr. Beat is getting sued by his own booger. What the f? That cannot be normal, but it actually is pretty normal. This kind.
I've never had a Mr. Beast burger, and I had the chance to, but just never tried it.
Kind of stuff happens all the time. I'm gonna do my best to parse through the nonsense because I smell shit a mile away. Really, I saw this and I was like, yeah, I want to believe that. But if that's the case, then what about all the other stuff we eat and drink that probably has more PFAS in it? I need to learn more about this. PFAS is what I'm gonna call them in this video. It stands for polyfluoroalkyl substances. It's a forever chemical, a substance that's used in all sorts of everyday goods to make things grease resistant, for like Teflon, like the non-stick skillets, stuff like that. PFAS can be used to make stain-resistant clothing and even fire-retardant foam.
Perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS compounds, are man-made carbon and fluorine-based chemicals. PFAS compounds are incredibly resistant to break.
What the fuck am I watching?
Down. Since the early 1940s, PFAS has been used in various consumer and industrial products.
If you want to learn more about PFAS, Google Camp Lejeune water supply, fire foam, lawsuit, deaths. Look that up. Look that up. That'll be funny to look that. It's not funny in a good way. It's funny in a, haha, the government's evil kind of funny. You know what I mean? That's like, haha, I suspected it. I wasn't sure, but haha. So PFAS, right? They're everywhere. What? They're a huge problem. They're incredibly bad for you. I remember being a kid and thinking that Teflon was going to kill me when I first learned about PFAS. And here's a funny little depiction of the prime food pyramid, allegedly. Sorry, that's actually not the prime food pyramid. That is a diagram of products that contain PFAS. That's it right there. Yeah, go ahead and look at that. A lot of shit. A lot of shit. Allegedly. Hey now, stop. No treats. No treats, no love, no food, no ball. These things are really bad.
That's how I actually understood.
They're forever chemicals. They don't break down, and they become toxic at very low levels. Parts per trillion. A lot of things like cadmium, lead, arsenic, other things that are measured for in
The thing I honestly love the most about the 8 Sleep is it's very much a scenario of once
stop, we don't care.
There's not very much work for you to do it all.
Food products are toxic at parts per billion levels. So these chemicals, the PFAS, are 1,000 times smaller toxicity in dose, which is ridiculous because parts per trillion is not a lot. And unfortunately, they are fucking impossible to avoid. Microplastics, forever chemicals, seems like everything is shit. You can find them in the drinking water, in the soil, in fire extinguishing foam, in food packaging, receipts, everywhere, dude. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Well, why are they dangerous though? What do they do to your body when you get exposed to a couple parts per trillion of PFAS? I currently feel pretty good. I'm not feeling the ill effects of the microplastics lodged within my lung and clogging up my vas deferens. I'm a bit of a microplastics enjoyer, and so are you. So what makes these fucking forever chemicals? Well, if you used your brain, like I don't, and sometimes do. Is that a bonita? Does that look like a bonita? I gotta look it up. Look at that. My wisdom knows no bounds. Very small amounts. Toxicity isn't about poison, really. It's like it becomes bad over a long period of time because you can't really get rid of them once you get them. So it's like eventually it's like The Sims, but instead of having energy and food, you also have PFAS and microplastics. And after a long time, if they're high, well, they'll make your wiener not work. Okay, they can cause extreme developmental delays in children, drastically increase your risk of cancer, reduce your immune system in general. They can disrupt your natural hormones and close your third eye. And also they pose a
I personally want my penis. I want my penis.
higher risk of obesity and high cholesterol levels, which it's a lot of stuff. Its side effects may be fatal, guys. They may be fatal. That's fucking awesome.
Their resistance to heat, oil, and water is what makes them so useful. There are hundreds of known compounds, each with varying uses in our daily lives. PFAS compounds don't occur in nature, and it takes a significantly longer time for these compounds to break down in the environment and in the human body.
Anything that interferes with your body's natural hormones makes me want to eat it immediately, like microplastics.
Wait, why do they put it in stuff that we consume? Wait, what? Why?
Look at me. I'm barely even what I am right now. I'm like a fucking amorphous blob floating through your screen, a great supine invertebrate jelly. So this kind of thing is very bad. It's inarguable. It's fucking terrible. It's shit you don't want to be ingesting yourself, and especially you don't want your children who are obsessed with grape prime to drink. And that's why everyone right now is pointing their fingers. It's like, oh, they're poisoning it. They're poisoning. The lawsuit claims that through third-party testing, a significant presence of PFAS was found in specifically the grape prime flavor. PFAS, PFDs, PFBs, PFOs, All of them. So yeah, man-made chemicals in grape prime, not good. And they're super dangerous. It's like the FEV from Fallout. We're gonna create a bunch of little Frank Horrigans that are prime mutant babies obsessed with watching and drinking Logan Paul's juice. Nobody wants a fucking super mutant baby, all right? Nobody. So yeah, that's the lawsuit. They're saying that this health product has unhealthy artificial things in it. This natural product has synthetic things in it. This thing that's not supposed to kill you is in fact killing you. That's roundabout what the lawsuit is saying. Few things to note. However, couldn't find the third-party tester. The independent party that tested the prime, couldn't find them. Very important. There's no information about them. That is incredibly important. We also couldn't find exactly how much PFAS were detected in prime. So let's get specifically into the lawsuit and delve into this a bit deeper because it's looking insane. But you can see just by reading it how people would go to TikTok and say, Logan Paul is an asshole and grape prime is killing you. By the way, drink.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime.
You just ruined a funny...
First.
Watch this.
Celsius! Or see just by reading it how people would go to TikTok and say, Logan Paul is an asshole and grape prime is killing you. By the way, drink Celsius or Munger. You drink Munger. Munger, that's Monster, Kyle. That's Monster, Kyle.
Ah! Dr. Pepper's gross.
This ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States.
This is where shit gets crazy because I think this lawsuit doesn't really make a lot of sense. I do like it. I love the fact that people hold these types of companies accountable. I do love that. I think it's good that this type of thing exists, especially in business, but a lot of it sort of rubs me the wrong way, and I'll get into it. I'm going to try to be as logical and unbiased as I possibly can here. So you know, I've been very critical of Prime Hydration in the past. Okay, we got a Prime from the old video that I made that's been in my fridge. Let's taste it. I do not like this flavor at all. I've been incredibly critical of Logan Paul. Hey guys, I know what you mean.
I've had Prime once and never got it again. Because I didn't really like it either. It was terrible. I prefer Gatorade.
To follow through my promise, I probably could give you another year to get you your money back, but instead, since I took a whole year to make it happen, I'm gonna limit you guys to only a month. I am not allied with him nor his brands. I think Prime is a trash product. Taste that flavor, 0. Blue raspberry, 0. The green one, 0. Watermelon strawberry, 7.5. The white one though, it's okay. It's like a quarter of a point. It's all right. It's all right. I'm just a fucking hater. I really don't believe in Prime. I love Dr. Pepper.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there. Dr. Pepper is so fucking bad. Yeah, it's horrible.
And if I were to say there is a...
What the fuck was that commercial? What?
good product, I would say Dr. Pepper and also Sour Boys candy. But yeah, the lawsuit stinks a little bit more than Mr. Logan Paul. I'm about to go defend Logan Paul. Holy f***. But only a little bit, and reasonably so, through logic and science.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not.
So we go back to the lawsuit. Milberg outlines how the EPA recently updated its lifetime health advisory levels for exposure to PFAS and PFOAs in drinking water. That is 0.02 parts per trillion. So very little. That's a lifetime health advisory for PFAS in drinking water. I will explain this a little bit more in a second. They then go on to claim that the PFAS found in the grape prime are 3 times as much as the lifetime recommended amount in one bottle. So feasibly, they found 0.06 parts per trillion PFAS.
Why is there a recommended amount anyways? What the fuck?
In the Grape Prime for a lifetime consumption amount. Also, why is it only in the fucking grape flavor? I think I know why, because grape flavoring comes from, isn't like certain grape flavorings, isn't it just plastic? Isn't it itself just PFAS?
It's not found in every vinyl glove, but a lot of them contain something called the phthalate ester, and this is chemically what it looks like. This, on the other hand, is one of the most commonly used fake grape flavors called methylantranilate. So basically, my goal was to pull the phthalate ester out of some vinyl gloves, turn it into grape flavor using some chemistry magic, and then use that to make some grape soda.
I don't know. I know Nile Red made grape flavor from plastic, and I imagine that's got some PFAS in it. Let's circle back in the lawsuit to the part that outlines the EPA guidelines for lifetime health advisory levels for PFAS in drinking water, 0.02 parts per trillion. This level of PFAS in your drinking water that you drink over a lifetime will not result in any negative health effects. That's the way that I interpret it on the EPA website. Not 0.02 parts per trillion will kill you, and that's how much you're supposed to have in a lifetime. It's 0.02 parts per trillion in drinking water is the amount that you can consume over your lifetime and not face any negative health consequences. That's what it is. So it's just a little bit more than that EPA guideline. And in fact,
how do we know? How do we know? I've never heard of that in my life. I've never heard of that.
The EPA recently announced the enforceable amounts of PFAS in products, and that is 4 parts per trillion PFAS are allowed in drinking water, or anything that's over that is enforceable, which means there could be, the government could step in to figure out what the problem is there. By the way, 4 parts per trillion is 200 times more than the lifetime health advisory level and 66 times more than the amount that's in Grape Prime. So this is not enforceable by the government as per EPA standards. So really not that much. And I don't want to do this part, but look at this. Keurig Dr. Pepper had a lawsuit last year. There's a lot of class action lawsuits in this, and it's all because people are saying it's all natural, and then they sue because it's just money, right? Like, they're just trying to get money. They're trying to get, this is a weeds type thing. This is not that big of a fucking deal, to be honest. Oh yeah, I forgot what was it. PFAS and
This
How many
game,
fucking ads?
You're not ready for it.
Topo Chico. Topo Chico is 9.76 parts per trillion PFAS. That's not good. Boobly is 2.24 parts per trillion PFAS. Canada Dry, 1 parts per trillion. LaCroix, also. Perrier Natural Mineral Water, also 1 parts per trillion. This is not good. This is not good. Relatively speaking, Prime doesn't have that many PFAS in it. Compared to that publicly available information, and these people that, as far as I'm aware, are not in giant class action lawsuits that are viral on TikTok. They might be in giant class action lawsuits, but they're not viral. So, in my opinion, this is incredibly sensationalized. We've already established lifetime health advisory 0.02 parts per trillion. All right, enforceable level 4 parts per trillion. That was April 10th, 2024. The new rule, that guideline was put forth. So it's very updated and very new, and is newer than the lawsuit itself. In the lawsuit, they're saying there's 3 times more than the lifetime health advisory level from the EPA that's outlined in the lawsuit. So not that much, very little PFAS. Not that I'm defending it, but relatively speaking, there are much bigger problems. Holy shit. Anyways, this shit is being so sensationalized, and I thought it was really interesting. There's so much content about this. This fella gets it pretty right. He's a doctor, or I think he's a doctor, maybe, I would assume so.
Logan Paul's very infamous energy drink that was selling out on shelves about 3 months ago now is being sued for 2 reasons. 1, because there's an excessive amount of caffeine in it, 200 milligrams, which is more than Red Bull, Monster Energy, at least the small cans of Monster Energy, Zoa. It's one of the highest caffeine concentrated drinks out there.
There is a difference, by the way, between Prime Energy and Prime Hydration. The caffeine shit, I think that's nonsense. That's a fucking nonsensical lawsuit. Have better parents. Plenty of shit has 200 milligrams of caffeine. I almost died from drinking fucking Red Bull. Like, it's just, come on. Let's not nerf the world that much. PFAS, that's a different story. Those are bad. I don't want that shit inside me. But the level at which the significant level that's being covered is, in my opinion, greatly exaggerated and greatly sensationalized.
Now, the reason why PFAS chemicals are harmful to your body is, one, because they can cause kidney damage, kidney cancer, can also increase the level of cholesterol and impact your liver. They are forever chemicals, so they get inside your body, they stay in there forever. Your body cannot...
Doesn't Gatorade do the same thing? But I'd rather have a Gatorade.
Break them down, your liver can't break them down, your kidneys can't flush them out. These are all alleged and they have not been proven in court yet, but it's very concerning because these energy drinks are hyped up on social media.
And just to be clear, this is all information that I'm getting from the lawsuit. Like, if there's an update or whatever, sure, maybe if they found 15 times the amount that they're saying, not 3 times, then it's a much bigger deal. But currently they're alleging something that's very minute based on guidelines, right? This lady talks about PFAS and gives a good bit of information, but she says it's very high levels, which is just not true.
PFAS are known as that toxic forever chemical. They are incredibly bad for you. It's an entire class of chemicals. There's over 14,000 of them. The one that you're the most familiar with is going to be Teflon, but there's lots of them. They will build up in your body and stay there for upwards to 10 years. PFAS are linked to brain cancer, testicular cancer, kidney cancer, as well as a suppressed...
Why'd she laugh at that?
Immune response, lots of not good things, right? Logan Paul's energy drink had very high levels.
It's not true. I don't know how that's even true remotely. Those are very low levels relative to what the EPA considers enforceable, and especially compared to other products, drink products that have PFAS in them. I don't want to defend this, to be honest, but I also don't want everyone to get really scared of nothing. Fortunately, though, the Queen of PFAS did clarify herself, and this was good. It was good to see this, a bit of clarity here.
The amount of PFAS that were found in Logan Paul's Prime Hydration drink were not 3 times the amount that you should have in your entire lifetime, right? In one bottle. And so the EPA actually had what was called a lifetime health advisory limit, which was based on the amount of water that you would consume over the course of a lifetime, okay? That level, the health advisory level for a lifetime was for PFOS was 0.02 parts per trillion.
Props for doing the research and not just sensationalizing and misleading people a lot. Good job.
This ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States. All of your favorite beverage brands, Coke, Pepsi, Tropicana, Dr. Pepper, they use these companies. This little study that was conducted by a lawyer is absolute bullshit. They're claiming that Prime has 0.06 ppt, parts per trillion.
Try to avoid PFAS, but it isn't just Prime. It's all sorts of shit, okay? Little stick packs, they got it in it. A lot of things have PFAS. Anything that touches plastic or you're eating that's manufactured in any way probably has some shit that's not good for you in it, okay? Just to, break the bad news. The comments on her video, hilarious. Dr. Phil said, I heard they levels was so high, 1 bottle gave you more PFAS than a lifetime would recommend. I'm cooked. I drink these a lot. So basically these chemicals are in everything we consume. Before people freak out, this was only the grape flavor of the hydration drink, not the energy. Still, I wouldn't buy Prime ever again if they were willing to do this. Definitely don't trust them. For one, they're not willing to do it. For 2, guys, chill out. It's just the grape flavor. It's fine, dude. It's just a grape flavor. What do you mean chill out? It's just a grape flavor. How about all the other stuff that you could chill out about? Like that it's not that many PFAS, comparatively speaking. This guy's a lot more serious about it and a lot more...
Apparently, after drinking Prime, a young boy has contracted leukemia, which is literally blood cancer. Prime apparently has really, really high levels of...
I don't like the way this guy talks. Am I hating for that? Yes. Do I care? Fuck no.
Of PFOs and PFA. 1 can of Prime was found to contain more forever chemicals than a person should ingest in their entire life.
Hi, we're Visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide. Seriously, hidden fees? We don't...
Lifetime.
So a lot of this is just like very illogical and very wrong. I understand kids love Prime and kids unfortunately get leukemia, but causation, it's not correlation, right? This is crazy to say. Dude, I don't want you to get sued for defamation because unlike The Prime lawsuit saying shit that's just not true is just like bad. You can't do that, really.
So Tommy the TikTok lawyer, 4 videos in, man, farm those views, get those likes, and get a haircut while you're at it. We'll accept an apology within the next 48 hours, otherwise you're gonna be representing yourself in a miserable courtroom for lying about our brand.
But they love doing it on TikTok. This video is the most popular one of all.
According to the testing done by one of the lawyers for the plaintiff, guess how much PFOs were in
L Beard. Holy shit. Trim that shit, dude.
in the product, in the drink. 3 times the amount that you should have in your lifetime in PFOs from drinking water. In one Prime hydration drink, they found 3 times the amount of PFOs.
Now, I don't think this guy is purposefully he's a lawyer. I don't think he's purposefully misrepresenting a lawsuit, but if you go to this right here, EPA PFAS 0.02 lifetime drinking advisory. So, go to this website. It's a .gov website, EPA. Maybe we should trust them. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't usually trust them, but look at this. What is a lifetime health advisory? You can read that. You can pause it and read it. I ain't reading that shit. Just kidding. I'll read it. EPA lifetime health. I'm not going to read that. That, dude. And then we go to number 5. Here, this is what was outlined in the lawsuit. The interim updated health advisory levels for PFAS. EPA's 2022 lifetime health advisory levels measured in parts per trillion offer protection for people from adverse health effects resulting from exposure throughout their lives to these individual PFAS in drinking water. 0.02, that's what's referenced in the lawsuit. This is how much you can drink throughout your entire life if it's always in drinking water. If your water you're drinking has 0.02 parts.
You think that took him multiple tries? What the fuck is this keyboard, bro?
Parts per trillion fucking PFAS in it, then you can have that, drink it your whole life with that makeup, parts per trillion PFAS, and not face adverse health effects. Okay, that's what that means. Should I be concerned about my health? EPA's 2022 lifetime health advisory levels represent the concentration of individual PFAS in drinking water at or below which adverse health effects are not anticipated to occur over a lifetime. It is important to note that lifetime health advisories are calculated to offer a margin of protection that also takes into account exposure through other sources beyond drinking water. If you are concerned about potential health effects from your exposure to these PFAS above the health advisory level, EPA encourages you to contact your doctor or healthcare professional.
Wait, he'll read all this, but not that other thing. Oh, that was so bad. That was bad. This whole video made me so fucking tired. What? How did I do that? I don't even know how to do that.
No, and they will prescribe you Lipitor. Just kidding, I don't know. To make it super clear, by the way, because I feel like I'm a fucking PFAS bootlicker here, they're not good. They're not good, okay? PFAS are not good. They shouldn't be in anything. But also, we live in a society. Fuck. The comments back to this lawyer guy's TikTok that we just watched, they're not good either. I've had maybe 10 primes, which means I've drank a total of 30 times over the limit of lifetime exposure to PFAS. This is it, I guess. Actually, if you were to...
Motherfucker said this is it, I guess. This is what, dude? Oh, this is making my head hurt.
Just drink Grape Prime from now on, the rest of your life, you would be 3 times over the safe limit of exposure to PFAS. That's if you just drank Grape Prime. It does get more interesting though, guys. It does get more interesting because there's a lot of contradictory points here, and I will explain to you what this is. I just want clarification because I'm just reading the lawsuit and interpreting it using my brain. All right, I'm not on anybody's side here. Beyond just my own.
Is this shit boring or is it just me? Holy fuck. I don't want to be that person, but damn. This whole video has just made me tired. I'm tired.
Logic, a simple Google search makes it very contradictory, okay? So they say in the lawsuit that they detected 3 times the recommended lifetime levels of PFAS in Grape Prime. That is 3 times 0.02. That's 0.06, right? I think so. Well, according to the American Bar Association, the minimum reporting limits, MRLS, the lowest detectable, quantitable amount of PFAS you can detect is 2.7 for PFOS and 0.82 parts per trillion for PFOA. Both of those are substantially higher than 0.06, I think, for MRLS. So that's of 2020. That's the American Bar Association. We have another source, the American Waterworks Association, which I am more inclined to trust. But
I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think I want to fucking finish this. Am I wrong for that? That shit was boring as hell. Holy. Am I wrong for that? That was incredibly boring, dude. Am I wrong for that? Wow. Holy. Just made me want to... It made me want to just... Nah, but that shit... Hey, yo, peep the tat. That shit was boring, dude. Can you see it? Look at that. I'm standing in my chair right now. I don't smoke, by the way. I do not smoke or condone smoking. Do not do it. But that shit was boring as hell. I don't know how to feel about any of that. Honestly, I don't care. I don't even drink Prime. That's how I felt about that video. Okay? Well, anyways, it's been a good 2 hours. A little longer than I normally do, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I love you guys. Thank you for that sub. That was really awesome. First sub. Thank you. Have a good night. I love you.